I'm Petty Officer Michael Wilkin. In the news, soldiers at Contingency Operating Base Spiker in Iraq came under attack Tuesday. 2 soldiers were killed and 9 were wounded. Specialist Ian Morales has the details.
2 U.S. soldiers were killed and 9 wounded near the city of Tuz inside an Iraqi Army commando compound. The soldiers were part of a security element for a U.S. company commander who was meeting with ISF members at the compound. The assailant, who was wearing an Iraqi Army uniform, was shot and killed. The soldiers were medically evacuated to Joint Base Balad. Major General Tony Cuccolo, Task Force Marne commander, referred to the incident as tragic and cowardly. He said he believes it is an isolated incident and is not a reflection of the ISF in the Salahuddin province. The incident is under investigation and release of the soldiers' identities is being withheld pending notification of next of kin. From Baghdad, I'm Specialist Ian Morales.
Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Admiral Mike Mullen, is back home following a trip to Turkey over the weekend. Admiral Mullen traveled there to thank civilian and military leaders for their help in the Afghan war. Turkey currently holds the rotating command of the international peacekeeping force guarding the Afghan capital of Kabul. Turkish instructors are also training the Afghan army and police. And for the latest military news, signature programming, and more, head to PentagonChannel.mil. I'm Petty Officer Michael Wilkin with your Pentagon Channel News Update.
The effects of devastating floods in Pakistan continue to be felt across the country. 4 Army UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters and more than 60 soldiers arrived at Pakistan's Ghazi Air Base Tuesday. Their arrival marks the transition of the Northern Relief Mission from Navy and Marine units to elements of the 16th Combat Aviation Brigade. In the meantime, Navy and Marine units are moving south where widespread flooding continues. Navy and Marine aviators are familiarizing Army air crews with the area by pairing them with Marine helicopter pilots. Although flooding has subdued in Pakistan's north, there is a great deal of damage to bridges and infrastructure. The floods were triggered by extremely heavy monsoon rains in the northwest at the end of July. An estimated 1,600 people across Pakistan have already died, and some 17 million others have been impacted. As the U.S. military continues providing relief, a unit known as the Flying Dragons were more than willing to lend a hand. Tech Sergeant Elisha Somerville reports.
When faced with a mission to provide aid to flood-ravaged Pakistan, soldiers from the 152nd Aviation Battalion in Fort Wainwright, Alaska, did not hesitate to respond.
I wanted to go. I begged to go.
We're really excited, and it's a good mission. We're excited to help.
The unit is part of a total force that includes Chinook and Black Hawk helicopters.
So we're providing humanitarian assistance to the Pakistani people. We'll be moving both people and supplies. And, we're there for an undetermined amount of time, but we'll be there until the mission's done.
It's sad. It's horrible. It's a lot of families, a lot of kids, a lot of moms and dads and everything, and just way too much suffering, way too much.
This mission is just one example of the U.S. military's dedication to providing humanitarian aid to the Pakistani people. The flood destruction is far too great to fix quickly, but efforts like this one will at least provide some relief during possibly the greatest natural disaster in modern history. Tech Sergeant Alicia Somerville, Islamabad, Pakistan.
Coming up ahead on Around the Services, mental health experts are taking a new approach to battling PTSD at one military hospital. But first, tracking the Taliban. See how a new system is helping soldiers discern between friend or foe.